Hello and good morning. Welcome back to Thoughts from a Dizzy Dude. I am Adam Tilted, and today is Monday, November 5th, 2018. Don't forget you can join me for the live show on facebook.com/AdamTiltedTV Mondays through Fridays between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Central Time. Those times will vary, so turn on notifications. How was your weekend? Yeah, we had a bit of rain and weird weather, but yeah, it was an okay weekend. I got some good rest. I actually wasn't feeling that well yesterday. The weather change kind of got me. But I'm looking forward to a good week. Today I want to talk about choices. I'm going to tell you a little story, what happened to me on Friday. Friday morning, I had an appointment with my psychiatrist kind of downtown. So I rode in with Scott. He dropped me off at the doctor, so I didn't have to pay Uber. So that was good. And after my appointment, I was planning to go to Starbucks and work. Since I was already downtown, I thought this is cool. But I went to the wrong Starbucks. So Starbucks I went to was boring and people were angry and rude. So I had a choice, and the easy choice would have been just to go home. That's what I kind of wanted to do, just because I just was, okay. This didn't work out. I give up. I'm just going to go home. But I knew if I did that, I would come home and I would do nothing. So I didn't want to do that. Plus, it was a beautiful day on Friday. So I decided to go for a roll. Now, if you've watched me for a while, you probably know how this went. I didn't bring my spectacles this time. I forgot. So I couldn't show you some of the adventures on the sidewalk that I encountered. But it was a nice day. I rolled for a while and got to another wrong Starbucks. I had accidentally hit the wrong one on my map, and I went instead of going this way a couple of blocks and up, I went the other way and up. So I ended up at a Starbucks that was in a grocery store, which that's not a fun Starbucks either. And it took me an hour to get there. 50 minutes. And it was like a mile and a half. And remember, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm rolling on the sidewalks. So I was pretty tired at that point and a little frustrated because now I had wasted this whole hour trying to get to the right Starbucks, and I was still not at the right Starbucks. So again, faced with a choice. What do I do? Again, I could choose to go home. But I didn't. I figured I made it this far. I'm going to keep going. So I did. I missed the turn. I was so focused on the sidewalks that I didn't notice that my watch was telling me to turn right. So I just kept on going. Then I got lost. So another hour and another mile and a half later, I still am not at the freaking Starbucks. But I see a sign across the street that says Rothko Chapel and the Menil Collection. So, again, I have a choice. At this point, I was ready to go home. I was tired. I was hot. I had just rolled 3 miles in 2 hours. But I decided, you know what, I'm here. I've wanted to see the Menil Collection forever, and I'm here. When will I be here again? I don't know. So I went into the museum, and it was wonderful. It was so nice rolling around, seeing the art. I only saw a fraction of the pieces in there. There's so much more to see, and I want to go back. I'm not the type of person who races through a museum to try to see everything. I'd rather spend a while looking at one thing, for a while, because the longer you look at it, well, I won't speak for you. The longer I look at a piece of art, the more I get out of it. So anyway, I made that choice to roll 3 miles in my chair. And 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. That would have been physically impossible. Not to say that I didn't pay for it. Like I said, yesterday, I was a mess. The day before, all I did was sleep. So choices do have consequences. You have to weigh those consequences against the choice to see if it's worth it. And I have found that sometimes the hardest choices are the most important. Sometimes the choices that we have are easy, right? We already know this choice clearly does not fit what we want, but this choice does. Often it's not quite so clear cut. So think carefully about making your choices. Now, obviously, tomorrow, if you're in the United States, we have some big, important choices to make. Tomorrow's election day. And you cannot avoid making a choice tomorrow. If you choose not to vote, then you've made a choice. If you choose to vote, you've also made a choice. Either way, we're all going to have to live with the consequences of our collective choices. So then the question becomes, do you want to let other people decide on the outcomes of your choices? Because if you decide to just make the choice to be passive, not vote, figure what's the point? Or politics are stupid, it's so corrupt. I don't want any of these people in office. All right, well, guess what? Someone is going to win the election. So you need to make a choice. Please, if you are registered to vote and you haven't already, please vote tomorrow. I'm going to vote tomorrow. It will cost me money I don't have, energy I don't have to go to my polling place tomorrow, but it's important that I do it. I may pay for it later, but it's important that I do it. If I don't make the choice, someone else will make it for me. So, think about that when you are going to your voting booth, your polling place tomorrow. Make a choice and think about the consequences of your choice and make sure that you are up for accepting the consequences because you can't avoid them. Have a great week. I hope that you will join me for the live shows later in the week. Make sure that you turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I am also working on Orbit at a Tilt this week. That will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, so mark your calendars for that. In the meantime, I hope that you are starting off your week in the best way possible. And stay positive. I have a feeling it's going to get crazy out there. So just stay positive. Keep smiling. And I'll see you later. Bye.